Hi everyone, I'm here with yours and obviously for yours. And what you're gonna discuss today? We're gonna discuss the application of the Pareto law in our life in a way that obviously can be useful for us. So, what is Pareto law? Pareto law talks about the way that we can apply the Pareto law that says that 20% of everything it's what defines the 80% of the happenings. And this is obviously something that is applied for any area of your life. We can talk it about in health, we can talk it about in our investments, and we can talk it about the time that you have spent educating and learning. What's like the main argument of that type of principle that we should believe that's what happens in reality? So, if you look for your lifetime in school, what you have learned that you really apply today, I would say something that even will kind of be more impactful that this law just it's even kind of conservative from what I think that it happens in reality, because I will say that even less than 20% of things that you have learned in school it will be like the representative of where you apply even more than 80%. So I will say that this type of a medium term between some areas that it's the type of learnings matters in that type of areas, it will be even more overrepresentative in terms of effects than they are in terms of constitution of the learnings knowledge that you can get from that area. And so what's some type of thing that's so can comes as useful from adopting the Pareto law in your life? Think so, what are like the small steps, the small knowledge that you can get at low cost that requires so less type of effort and time to learn everything? It's just like simple small concepts that you can apply and so in one area that so can allow you to receive the majority of effects. And then obviously we're talking about positive effects. So let's go for example of that law in some specific area. I will go for health. What I would say that's like the 20% of health practices that we can so get in your life, in our day-to-day life, that's gonna get so the 80% of benefits that can come when whatever is the actions that exist that we have studied, that we have learned in the health area. I'll say that one of them is doing exercise. And what is exercise? And that comes, it's really important when you do this Pareto law, understanding that if you're going to so just choose 5, 6 type of actions by spectrum in finances, in investing, in health, we should spend so the time that you're gonna have to spend less because you're just not going to have to need to learn everything in our area to get the majority of benefits. It's not something that's proportional. It's something that's a bit more exponential. The first learning is going to give you the most bump in terms of benefits. So you should kind of spend your time in understanding so what are these actions that are impactful and what is impactful, probably something that's backed by scientific research. So probably in even more talking about this first area that is the health, you should look so what's backed by science, what's known, well known, what you really kind of can say as a 100% type of statement that you are confidently true, and science has backed because every type of studies that they have done, it's something that has been backed and something that has have the confirmation over and over and over. And one of them is exercise. But what is exercise? I'm kind of a bit abstract. We have to be specific. And so, what seems science says to be good? We have cardio exercise in our day-to-day life, and obviously you kind of get like a complement with that. You kind of get as well a strength type of training. It doesn't have to be like the need to go to gym and do musculation. You can do some works that kind of works in hypertrophy that kind of makes you have strength in your muscles. And this have some sense because when you do cardio, what do you do? Evolve the ability of your heart have the ability to make the blood come from every type of cell, and so which better you make your cardiovascular system in trying to spread the blood through your body, better so will be when you kind of get older and you kind of gonna lose this ability, but you have kind of gained this ability over your time of doing exercise, and so it's kind of something that helps you to fight the natural type of decline that your type of organs have in doing their function. So it's something that's backed. Cardio is not something that you do just by saying. It's something that is realistically good. But obviously going specific, go cardio, but how much time? Well, what science recommends is to do at least 20 minutes a day in a bare minimum. But if we're going for a week, obviously doing the multiplication 20 by 7, it's going to do so for 140 minutes at least. It's like the minimum to get so these benefits. But what you could even additionally say is when you're doing cardio, it's different levels of cardio. You can do cardio in like a way that you can still talk while you're doing the exercise, but you can do a type of cardio that you kind of give your max. And so what science says that is like the best balance. You do some type of cardio that's like a bit more normal, regulated, and you kind of get some type of part of your cardio time that you just dedicate by giving your max and doing sets of 40 minutes, giving your max, 3 to 4 minutes rest. Or again, repeat this cycle 3-4 times. 4 meaning giving your max, and you can do it is by what? By giving your max running, giving your max in a cycle, which will give your max, and doing swimming, whatever. It's having 4 minutes where you do your max, your cardiovascular are working their max, and after that 4 minutes of rest. And to do this cycle 2, 3, 4. The ideal is to do a bar minimum of 4 when you do this set, and you do this by 4 times a week. This is already enough. And you have the other type of cardio that you can do that's a bit more soft, is more to build like a medium level that you can do just by doing 20-25 minutes or whatever you want to do by day to day. Or if you cannot do day to day, you just can do at least the minimum. If we're going to so extend for the term of a week, you can do just at least by 140 minutes. So later on of this type of pillar, I will say that something that's really important, it's respecting the Pareto law. Just talk about one thing that's helpful when you're talking about health, that is doing exercise. Is one of the type of things that is in the Paretos of what we have. A lot of things that health has evolved, but that's like suboptimal improvement. What you can do, you can have like taking pills from something, you can have like doing some type of statistics and trying to do operations, but these foundations, these are like type of habits that are like the most important ones. Obviously, what's other one? It's really talk everyone tends to know, but they just seems to like doesn't have like the motivation to the work, and it's what nutrition, have the ability to have and make nutrition of your body, but you have to understand what you're gonna have and what your body is gonna need to be fed. So in nutrition, what science seems to be backed? Seems to back that we have to get the calories to sustain our basal level of spend that our organism has. And obviously we need not just to get fully fine with calories to survive, and you have like simple concepts as if you consume more than you try and you feed your body, you're gonna have a tendency to lose weight. If it's the opposite, if you have a positive deficit, that you try and you have like you eat more food, and the calories that obviously that amount of food represents, it's more than the one that your body spends doing your natural exercises and just by your basal function of your work of your body. So it's gonna be the opposite. You're gonna gain weight. But obviously, just talking about that, you can come from macro and micronutrients that are the foundations. What is more important about nutrition? So what's the main concepts? We have proteins, we have carbohydrates, and we have, so these three types of components that are the most important ones. proteins, carbohydrates are obviously important, and one specific one that people tend to make it like it's devil, but everyone needs grass. We need grass. We cannot like just look and think that fats are not something that's good. Fat things that obviously come with fats and are in a group of fats. Omega 3. Why people tend to demonize fat, but well, a lot of fats are good. You can look for oils that are good. The ones that comes from the olive oil is something that's good. Omega 3 is something that's good. It's something that we have to do look, and we have to understand that we cannot demonize fat. Fat's something that's good, and we have to understand. So nutrition, obviously, that are like the most important ones is the macronutrients, and we have the micronutrients that let's apply right there as well. Obviously, again, Pareto. So what's like the most important thing? Imagine that you don't have like that type of information and you just doesn't want to take like inspiration vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C. Well, you can take just a supplement. So what makes a supplement? It kind of gathers the majority of the micronutrients and minerals that are important too, and they by taking 1 to 2 pill supplements, you just have like the basals. Obviously, I'm not gonna lie to you, these type of doses that we have in some specific pills that kind of gather the majority of micronutrients will be not something that you just gonna like transform your life for better and better and better, but it's something that provides you the basal. At least you will not get like the adverse effects of lacking some type of these essential nutrients, and so you get fully fine with these supplements are like the Pareto if you want to involve, because obviously Pareto talks about 20% that kind of gathers the 80% of effects, but you can go look a bit more and just gather more type of actions other than just 20% to can come close to the 100% of effects. And the reality, you can do it, but you're just talking about basal. So nutrition, health, obviously what's important is important the things that makes you good, but obviously avoid the things that makes you bad. So doesn't smoking, something that's good. Drink as much less as possible of alcohol. It's other thing that comes close to what is the Pareto of the area of health. So what we have like the three fundamental: nutrition, exercise, and avoiding as much as possible things that are bad. What? Pollution, smoking, alcohol, and some type of things that we know that make us have inflammations. What? Ships, oils that are not like the olive oil. So like palm oil is one of the things that's worse. It inflames us. And obviously taking some pills, because the majority of foods it's difficult to diversify a right amount that you can just like provide from what your body needs as much, and so you can spread what is most important for you. You can, so instead of trying to spread and trying so it making you difficult to take all nutrients, because by looking spreading your alimentation by a lot of food that takes you a lot of time to get it, you just can take some pills and so you get the basals. But obviously it's important, so that's Pareto. You spend much more less than probably would spend just by doing this fundamental type of action, that you can spend a bit more of money than just like a natural that you kind of achieve in supermarkets, and so you can invest in really good supplements that can get so all the vitamins and minerals in bioavailability that's higher than just like the normal ones that you see in supermarket. So in terms of health, I think we come close from that. I think it's like the Pareto. You can come from psychological type of health that we have to, just like the natural one that it includes whole body and the brain too. But obviously for that video I would like you to finish them and understand that you just doesn't have like to learn something. You don't need to have like FOMO, that's fear of missing out. Pareto, it's what comes and it's like a thing that helps us. It's something that's good and it's something that you should follow, because what he says is something that really happens in reality, and so it's really something, because you can be leveraged our health, our other areas, but just by doing a small piece of things so that we kind of have the ability to don't spend much time in things that and creates suboptimal effects. So I hope you to help with this video and see you in the next one.